other side, so it used to look that way, but now it's that way. I should put it more in the center here. Maybe that would be better. Okay, let's try this. Okay, let's go with this. Okay, so a little bit of Grim Dawn. This is my favorite game right now, and this is just some gameplay for those of you who don't know the game and are wondering, is this game right for me? Since we're waiting for Diablo 4, I think Grim Dawn right now, in all the ARPG that are available, it's for me right now the most satisfying. We're gonna play with Panettone today. Panettone is a Purifier. What does that mean? That means that in Grim Dawn you can have two different classes, and Purifier is mix between Demolitionist and Inquisitor. I'll show you this in a few seconds. It should be on right now. My internet is a little bit slow today. I'm sorry about that. There we go. So, I'm at the second city you can go to, which is called Homestead. And like I was explaining to you, a Purifier is a mix between a Demolitionist and an Inquisitor. So, what is the build that I took right now? I have the Fire Strike, the Explosive Strike, which is a bonus to the other one. I have a little bit of those stun jacks, sometimes when people get too close to me because of a range character that keeps them stunned for a few seconds. So that gives me a chance to reposition. There's a stun here for stun target for 2 to 3 seconds. I have this explosion here and the other one here. Those are two bombs that work a little bit differently. And on the Inquisitor side, that's what I think there's not a lot here. There's the two range explosions because I wanted to have two guns to do. Just because, I mean, it's cool. So I wanted that. And it's augmenting your attack speed, so that's quite nice. And this is an augmentation of the range expertise. This is for healing, the word of renewal, and it helps you gain more health. And this is kind of when you do a critical blow. Well, it's a 100% chance to activate, and it gives you more damage, more crit damage, and some offensive ability. So it's kind of a bonus on everything I do with those talents here and those over here, which are all the same thing. It's just augmenting my damage when I shoot my guns. So where I'm at right now, I'm over here, and I can't go that way if I remember correctly because this is locked. And there was a block over here. This is kind of a place where I can't go. I cannot walk on this. You cannot see it from that map, but this place is you cannot go there. So I have to go that way, obviously. So that's what we're going to do, and at the same time you're going to see a little bit my build and how I use it. There's another spell you can see here on number 4. This is a poison bomb. I have it because of my item. So it's not, you didn't see it in my 3 skill, it's normal that you didn't. I acquired it because one of my weapon I put this little vial over on it, and it augments the damage I do with my gun, and it also gives me that spells. I mean, a lot of augmentations, not all of them, but like for example, this one will grant you Fire Blast, and this one will give you Shield Slam, but only if you have a melee weapon. Ice Spike, you know, you can Lightning Nova, you can, depending on what you put on your weapon or your equipment, you can have other skills that can be added to what you're doing. I know the backdrop is not really inspiring right now. I have some kind of whoops, on the other side, a tiger art that I did. It's a painting that I did a few months back. You have a door, which is not really inspiring. And you see another kind of just part of a painting that we did a long time ago. It was kind of a test of technique with tape and everything. More like a testing thing. Nothing to really worried about. Okay, just did like a... I'm Canadian, I say about. That's not exactly true. Well, it's true that I'm a Canadian. Not all Canadians say about in a strange way. Sometimes I say it like Americans. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a French Canadian, and I'm in Quebec. Well, near the city. I'm in Lille. If you don't know where Lille is, that's okay. I mean, nobody does, except for people who live there. That's not true. I mean, Lille is a small community that I really like. I've been living here for many years now, and it's a beautiful place. We're near the St. Lawrence River, and it's beautiful, especially in the summer. I'm not a winter guy, so I'm not going to sell all the winter pleasures here. But hey, there's a what we got. So enough about me, a little bit more about the game. I was looking for something like Diablo 3, but not Diablo 3. I was a little bit tired of playing it. So there was a little bit of a void in my life, in my gaming life. So I went online and checked different possibilities. And after researching on YouTube and other places, I found that. And one of the things that is really incredible is the fact that you can replay that game so many times. Of course, there's a story, so you can get a little bit tired of the story, but so far I'm not. The thing is that with all... I bought the expansion, so there's, 8 different classes. So if you combine them 2 by 2, you can have 4 or 6 different possible combination. So that's quite a lot. So you can do the game over and over again and do it with completely different style of play. And even if you take the same character, if I was doing another Purifier, I could go completely in another way. I mean, I could go with this over here and that over there, and don't take that bomb but take this one, and put practically all my points in Inquisitor instead of putting them in Demolitionist. So I mean, the classes possibility are, well, I wouldn't say endless, but depending on how much time you have to put in games, it could last you for, well, a lot of time. I saw a post recently on that game. A guy was was proud of saying that he just passed 3,000 hours on the game, which is great. That's another thing. That was quite. I was quite impressed. I mean, 3,000 hours. That's more than a year. Let's say that you work 8 hours a day for 5 days a week. You do approximately 2,000 hours in a year. So 3,000 hours is more than an 8-hour shift. So that's a lot. One button that I really like is this one over here. You can click it and it would just join the components. I think that's quite cool. Okay, I'm still going through the... Probably I should have shot those a little bit further, but everybody would. So no big deal. So, like I said, my main source of damage right now is my guns. I have 2 guns, and in the constellations, just show you the constellation. They call devotion. I'm sorry. In the devotions, you have some constellation, and when you rack up points, you get some points. So I put points here in the bat because I wanted this warrior, the 3% of attack damage converted to health. And the last one I took is this one over here. What it does is that it shoots 2 projectiles at a time. There's a 100% chance to pass through enemy. If it's on your main damage, it does 10% more damage, which is in my case. There's piercing damage, or vitality damage, and 25% of the attack damage is converted to health. That gives me another way to stay alive when I'm in front of the bosses. Because the only other way I have is that over here, that the word of the renewal that I took from the Inquisitor 3, and the potion, the basic potion. So that gives me a little bit more sustainability, and yeah, I like it. And the way it goes up is by experience. The more you use it, the more it grows. Maybe you saw it. I had experience part. What I really like about different explosives, maybe I should explain a little bit. This one is really like a normal bomb. It's a 3-meter radius, does a lot of physical damage, a little bit of piercing, and most of the time it does a little bit of knockback. So it's on my default key. I really like to use it. The recharge time is not really long. It's only 3 seconds. So I can use it a lot and do a lot of damage and put people back. When there's a lot of creatures at the same time, I really like the other one, because the other one does that much damage. As you can see, there's burn damage over time, there's fire damage. But if you add those things, it doesn't do as much damage as this one. But it explodes a second time. There's 5 little kind of sub-grenades. Could I say that? Sub-grenades? Yeah. That explodes. Let me show you. So, it explodes, and then I mean, that's 6 little grenades that will go off. So when there's some big creatures and they are surrounded by smaller ones, like the case here most of the time, in that part at least, this skill is really useful. I just realized that I passed a new level, and you didn't tell me. So I'm gonna go. I'm switching a lot between physique and cunning. Cunning because it gives me more physical damage, piercing damage. And it helps me get guns, because guns have a restriction on cunning, most of them. And physics give you more health and health regen and strength. Spirits is mainly for your energy, but it's also regenerating and give a little bit of magical bonus damage. But right now I think I'll go with physique, just to make sure that I can have the all the equipment that I need, because of course those have requirements. And for the example, this one has requirements of 122. I'm really over that, but just in case. For my skills, this makes that bomb more powerful. I use it a lot, so I think I'm gonna put 1 point in here and 1 point in there, so that would make really more powerful. And not sure. Maybe I should go with this one. So it would give me a little bit more damage, but not that much. I should go with this one. Or this one. Plus 2 energy, 30% chance of lightning damage. Oh, and there's a knockback there. Okay, let's go with that. Okay, so everything went to Demolitionist. Not sure that what I'm doing is right. Most people that get really far in that game should few skills and as much. I like to experience that game. I never went to the end of the game, which is level 100. But hey, and if you're watching this, please subscribe. Help me out. I really like having my channel. More people, if you subscribe, click on it, a few likes, that help me out. I'm working hard to do more videos, and you cannot walk in this. By the way, your health will go down. Straight. It will go down a lot, so really have to be careful with those patches. I'm doing a bit of entertainment. I did a review on the Velvet Buzz. It was a small review, my first one. So if you're interested in knowing more, you should see that movie. Well, that's a good place to start. There's no spoilers. Spoilers in it. When I got to see a review to see if I should watch a movie or not. And then I realized that they give me the ending or things like that. So in my reviews, I think I'm going to branch out a little bit out of just game. It's a good idea, just make it. Maybe it's a bad idea. You should leave me comments for that too. Comments are always welcome. Doesn't seem that I can go there. So Grim Dawn, like I said, is the game I'm playing right now. I'm playing a little bit of Stardew Valley also. Really like it. It's really fun. I'm playing it with a friend. And it's good. I don't have to walk all the way down here anymore. I'm playing Stardew Valley also. Would you like some videos explaining how tricks on YouTube for that game because it's been around for a few months. But still, that could be nice. I'm transitioning right now from being a normal 8-to-5 employee, going to being my own boss. And a little part of the equation now. Trying to identify the quantities of video. You gotta, like I said, try to see what works, what doesn't work. That's the way to succeed, isn't it? Like a proper. Maybe some people would like to help me out in my new adventure. Oh, there's some destructibles. Destructible walls. There's the secret places where you can find treasures and things like that. So you have to be aware when you see something strange on the map. Go explore it. Sometimes it looks like a little glitch or you're not too sure. For example, over here. See, I saw there was on my map, I saw that there was a little sign that could be interesting, and of course it was. That's not what you see on the ground. That is here. This is from my left gun. It's a blue gun. It has this did I mention that the level cap here is 100? Which is really nice. I mean, You don't feel sometimes the level cap is really low on games, and you feel like you're kind of scared when I get to the end of it. What about the end game? Opening or something like that. I mean, it's a short road, and people will say to you, "Oh, you know, the game starts at the end." Just sure that, like, oh, that guy. I forget to use that poison thing, and I should use it. Take damage over time, and it has no cooldown, or practically no cooldown. Well, officially it doesn't have a cooldown. In fact, it probably has something like a point something cooldown. I don't know. No, it has one. That's for sure. So I'm really gonna use it, but you know. If you want to know if something is finished or if it's just an item, it's a really simple trick. If it's an item and if there's only one of them, complete item, there will be no number on it. And if it's a part, it will have a little number 1 on it. And the numbers are always in the upper left corner. If it's a completed item, it has his number in the lower right corner. That's quite useful when you realize that you don't always do it at this time. Because I ate them in real life too, but also because sometimes when there's a lot of creatures and everything, not that they are to find, but I don't know, they seem kind of... I just... It's a personal thing. Well, I'm mastering a little bit more my character than I used to, of course. What I should do and what I should not do. And of course, I'm not good at all of those choreography or doing crazy thing with your character and avoiding everything, and you know, the master of that. But I'm trying to get better at it. There's a trick to that. You can shift. I don't see Are those stuff better than the one I have? Where now? I mean, when you start the game, you don't have that part here. It's an add-on that you get from it, and then you have another mission. That's the auto to storage. This is small. And nice too. That game kind of makes things simple. Almost all simple, but really doesn't simplify time sorting, putting components together by themselves, choosing what kind of route is out there. Let's see. Has been around, I think, for 20 years. Graphically, it's not that obvious. Maybe it'll be more beautiful.
It's only the beginning.
Guys, come play with me. Sorry, did I call to explode you? Oh, that's one of my problems. I tend to make my new friends. So what I'm realizing right now that I'm glitching it. Last level, that's a thing that you have to learn a little bit. And I'm not sure I'm doing it correctly right now. Going up your overall level. I'm going to show you. Overall level is over here, down here, and the more you go up, the more spells you can get in. You can get 2, I should say. And you have to do it on both sides. You're not at the same level. You have to level them differently. So when you lack a little bit of healing, or if you lack some damage, then putting points on more damage. If you feel comfortable at the place you are right now, then like I feel right now, I can manage the realm. So that hammer would do more damage to the gun. Since I expect specially to have two guns, I will stick with that choice. That's another thing that is incredibly great is the fact that if you don't like your the build that way. Okay, so that guy exactly what I was saying. I was a little bit surprised by that guy here. Oh yeah, I was saying that if you don't like your skills, the fact that you can go to the first city, there's a girl there that help you reselect your skills. So let's just say that, give you an example. For example, let's say that at the beginning of the game, you really like those stunts, those stun jacks, I'm sorry. And at some point in the game, you realize, oh, I'm not using them that much and everything. So you can go see her, and for $25, pieces, no, you can subtract points. So if I would get rid of this, I would get 8 points back that I could use differently. I did it at first because I took this one over here, the Black Water Cocktail. Really like it. It does damage on the ground, and I used it a lot at the beginning of the game, but then I wanted more knockback and things like this, and more area damage. So I went for those over here. So I had, I think, 6 or 7 points in that one, and I took them all back and put them in other things. So the fact that you can really easily go back on choices, you don't feel that you're stuck in the game, that you're stuck in the choices you made and stuck in, you know, the early game choices that for you seem to be the right one, and maybe they were the right ones at the beginning of the game, your style of the weapon you've got and all that. But later in the game you realize that's not what I wanted. So you're not stuck. You can just go back. Do things differently. I think I could have watched it. Where should I go now? Okay. Back to the bottom. Sometimes you go in one direction and think that it's the right way. It's the right thing to do. And there, well, I mean, there's no wrong place to go. A lot of experience, the story, and everything, and find. I'm talking about experience. Reputation, I'm sorry. And these are reputations. So you get to meet different fractions. Some are evil, some are not so evil. They're not monsters, they are people, and they want your help. And you have some choices to make. Depending on the choices you do, it could change the history. And what's the advantage? Well, vendors are always for example, some vendors will give you access to some item in your rotation, back to your rotation. If you're friendly, well, if you're tolerated, you have, sometimes you don't have anything. Some vendors, it's just maybe a potion or something. And if you're friendly, then you're a little higher on the food chain, and you have more interesting things, and you have a discount from all the vendors in that faction. And for Homestead, I'm friendly, and from Village Crossing, I respect it. So that's why I have 8% discount. I have a new quest, access to bounty table, faction weapon, faction armor, faction weapons. And different factions, of course, have different weapons Maybe I should do a video just on that song. What is reputation? And what does it do to you? What does it do for you, I should say. To you. Thank you for that. So I don't think I will go much further than this. The video has been long enough. I'm hungry right now. Not angry. She's not here tonight and she was nice enough. I'm sure. But she's not a big so when she knows that I'll be eating alone, sometimes she buys me a good steak. And, so I know you're not watching right now because you're doing yoga with your friends, but thank you, honey. Thank you for the steak. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here. And thank you very much for watching. I hope everything I said in that video could be helpful to you. I'll put it, it's live, but I'll put some screenshot and some text in it, so you know what you're getting into. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and ring the bell so you'll be noticed for my next video.